Hey everyone, it's Scarlett's Walking, and this is part 2 of the how to henna your hair kind of business we got going on. So, things you'll need. Most importantly, gloves. You really need to have like really good gloves. They don't have to be latex if you're allergic to latex or whatever, but I use nitrile just because they fit me better. You need plastic wrap, and you need a hair cap, and last but not least, Vaseline. Vaseline is our friend. So, one thing you can do that I don't do, but you can do, I don't do this because my hair is already hennaed, so I already know kind of what color it's going to be, is take some hair out of your hairbrush, and this is really gross, but take some out of your hairbrush and put some henna on it and let it sit for a few hours, and then rinse it later, and you'll see what kind of color your hair is going to come out looking like. Now, know this, that it's going to be orange. If you're doing red, it's going to be orange like first thing. It takes it a few days to oxidize, and that's just the way it is. It's not a big deal. Just if you go to work and your head is orange, try to do something with it so that they don't think you're weird. So, I've already split my hair up because I am doing my roots. Because, like I said, I already have henna hair. I do naturally have red hair, it's just very light, but you can kind of see on my root here, I just need to have it taken care of. It grows out pretty fast. So I've split my hair, it is a part down the middle, and then I don't know how good it looks in the back, but I parted it and then I halved the part. So I just want to be able to get down to my roots. This is kind of like dyeing your hair normally, but kind of not, because it doesn't drip like normal hair dye does, I'm assuming. I've never actually like normally dyed my hair. So first things first, get your gloves on. And I am very thirsty, and I am going to be drinking green apple juice. It was St. Patrick's Day yesterday, and so we have green apple juice. So if I'm drinking something weird, it's not nuclear. Okay, maybe it is nuclear. It's green redhead juice. Alright, excuse me. So, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to pull my hair back up. Oh, and one thing you will want are some cheap plastic clippies. The wee ones. You can use big ones. I have these two. They work really well. As long as they're cheap, because they're going to get henna all over them, and it's not great for them, but whatever. Okay. This is my first hair instruction video, by the way. So if I stutter or stop talking for a long time, it's because I'm thinking. So I'm going to put, of course, just like any other thing, I don't want this crap on my skin because it does not come off. So I'm really generously applying it to my hairline. Now, one thing you want to be really careful of is to not get it on your hairline, because the henna will not penetrate it and it will not stick. And that is a massive pain in the butt to have to touch that up. So, we're going to put behind your ears and then down your neck as well. And I just slither it on there. And I put it pretty far down my neck because I do wear my hair up quite a bit. So, my neck shows like more than my forehead. So I really give it a lot of Vaseline on my neck. Petroleum jelly, whatever you call it. This is the only thing I've ever used Vaseline for, on my lips. It's really great for your lips. Alright. Now that I've got Vaseline all over my hands and I wore gloves, I need to rinse my gloves off. Vaseline comes off really well if you've got Dawn dish liquid. Yes, I would use a new pair of gloves, but I don't have that many left, so I can't do that right now. more thing, before you even get started, I forgot. You need a towel. You need a dedicated henna towel, because it's going to get gross. It is going to get stained. This one in brown, because it was cheap, it was on sale, and I was like, yeah, nobody's going to notice if I get henna all over it, so who cares? Alright, so keep that close by. So, now, I've got my thing of henna here, and as I showed you before, it had already released in, I don't know, oops, you can kind of see here how it is released too. It's darker on the top. Maybe you can't see it, I don't know. Anyway, it's darker on the top than it is underneath, and it has released. It smells gross, and it is gross, and your significant other will probably be like, stay away from me with that crap, because it's disgusting. Whatever. Makes me look pretty, I don't care. There we go. Now, we're going to start from the top and work our way down. That's just how I do it with my hair, because it's just easier that way. So, I have this little loopy guy back here. And like I said, I'm only doing my roots today, but when you do your whole head, you're going to want to do the same kind of thing, okay? So, just do my little clippy. Alright. This is the fun part, but also dangerous. Make sure you've got like nothing around you that is going to be, you know, ruined if it's stained. Like it's something you can wipe up, because it gets gross. So you just take a chunk of it like this, and then you put it on your hair, and you work it in, especially to the roots. Now, if you're doing your whole head, be sure you really, really get your roots, okay? Twice I've done this to myself, and I've completely missed like an entire section of my hair. And it was really embarrassing, because I'd pull my hair up and there would be like this chunk of like area where there was no color at all. So, alright, so I'm just going to show you on this part right here. Okay, so I went to the very bottom of it, okay, and I just got all of this in there, and you just kind of work it in, and you can feel it on your scalp. When you're done, if you're doing your whole head, you're going to just take and just keep adding that to the little strips that you've made, okay? But for me, since I'm just touching up, I'm just like adding just a little bit to the strands. It doesn't have to be super thick, okay? But you want to glorp it on there pretty good, because it's cheap and you want the color to come out. So, and then I twist it up and make a little wee bun out of it. Maybe. Okay, and then it'll stay like that. It's a bun, and it'll just kind of hold like that, because it's got muck in it. It's got mud in it, so gloves don't fit me very well, so I struggle with the glove thing. Okay. So, number 2. Go with this forward one here. And you don't have to comb your hair out every time you do it. In fact, it might be a pain in the butt to do it that way, because this mud is really hard to comb through. Which brings me to my next point. Don't let this shit dry on your head. Do not let this shit dry on your head, because it is a bitch to get out once it dries. It has to stay pretty moist. So, like I mentioned in the previous post, you don't want it to be runny, but you don't want it to be super thick either, because it will dry quickly. So, And if you have to, you can spray it with a little bit of water to kind of keep it moist if you have to, but it's up to you. I really have to work it in because I know I have some spots from last time that I completely screwed up. I'm adding just a little bit because this has been kind of dull. The great thing about this is that it is messy, but it does wipe up. So if, you know, if you're like me and you tend to make messes, just get yourself a paper towel and you'll be alright. Okay. I'm going to do a quick glove fix here. Third section. This is the hardest section for me, but I'll show you how it's done. So again, it helps if you have a couple of mirrors in your bathroom. If you don't worry about it, but it helps. Just do yourself a favor and don't let your SO in the bathroom while you're doing this, because they will freak out at how much crap is everywhere. And it does get everywhere. There we go. We're getting to your roots. Again, don't be shy with it, but make sure you get every little section. Got some on my neck, which is okay, it will come off because I put Vaseline on. I really like it. Like I was mentioning before, I am a natural redhead. So I really like the color that I get with it. I don't know much about how it does with other, like pre-dyed hair, like if you dye your hair right now with box colors or something. I don't know how it does, and I would talk to your stylist about that. For some reason, stylists don't really like henna. But I like it because it also lasts an incredibly long time. The bottom of my hair, I was probably close to being done in like November, I think I did it. And it's still bright red. So, okay. I had to use a clippy on that one. Now that I've got that side of my head, and it's on my glove. These are not the best gloves. These are Kroger nitrile gloves. Again, my hands don't really work well with gloves. Anyway. Okay, so now that I've got that side of my head up, I am going to take a little piece of towel. I'm going to wipe off my neck because I know I got it on there. So, now everything is in my hair pretty good, but I can still see some open spaces, and I don't really like that. Wherever there's like normal hair, there's not going to be red. So I'm going to grab some more henna, and I'm just going to go, like I said, you know, I'm doing my roots. And go around and do my roots. This is not an exact science. But it is a strange sensation. And you do kind of have to feel about it, feel around about it, because you can't always tell, you can't always see the back of your head. I've got my grandfather's hairline. So wipe off that crap off my hands. Now, another thing to mention, my hair is dry. You can do this either wet or dry. I tend to have better luck with it dry. It seems to do better with the color because it has an opportunity to absorb, as opposed to if it was wet, it's already been, you know, absorbing water and, you know, conditioner. Either way though, you really want to have clean hair. And I will recommend, if you're doing it for the first time to your whole head, you might want to give yourself a baking soda rinse just to get all the crap out of your hair so that it has an opportunity to stick to everything. I am not a professional. I do not know everything about this stuff, but that just seems to work for me. So, God, look at, you can even see like the exact line where my hair is growing. That's how good this stuff is. So, just put a little bit on there. And this stuff, the other good part about this is that not only does it last a really long time, you really only have to touch up your roots, but it's cheap. And who doesn't love cheap? Right, folks? So, when I'm done, and I've gotten all my roots together and everything is good, I usually have some left over. I mean, of course I've got some left over. I'm only doing my roots. Now, if I were doing my whole head, usually for my length of hair, my whole head takes about a pack and a half, which is good because then it leaves me half a pack left, you know, half a bowl of henna left over. The reason I say that's good is because that's how I do my touch-ups. So if I've got, you know, like my little bowl that I made today, I'll have some left over. So all you have to do is scoop it into a